The back nine, well, it's the rookie sensation of seasons past. Lee Ye-won shot to prominence with a blistering 64 on Saturday, low round of the day and of the week, and she's just chipped in for birdie back at the ninth to open up a two-shot cushion over Im Jin-hee and Bang Shin-sil. But so much can happen with 9 holes left to play. The first event of the calendar year on Jeju Island, the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open in frankly brutal conditions at Lotte Sky Hill. It's much more pleasant for this final round. Terrific rookie campaign back in 2022 to this young lady. 13 top 10s recorded. She currently sits 5th on this year's money list. 28 left here into the 10th. It's a fine shot, continuing to put the pressure on the chasers. She leads by 2. I suppose the good news for Ye-won is she knows what it's like to win from the front. Commanding lead going to the final round at Sky Hill. As Eunwoo is just going to brush that one in for a birdie. Simplest of threes. Eunwoo started with a double bogey on the second hole, but has bounced back nicely with a pair of birdies and a third there for Eunwoo. It's at 3 under par. It's been a bit of a difficult day for her. That'll make her feel just a little bit better. Jin-hee, certainly the player with the most experience out of this final group. 2-time tour champion. What can she do to keep up with the 20-year-old championship leader? Just a little off the mark there. You can see she was trying to hang on to that club face, keep it from turning over. No problems though. Not as close as she would have liked. Now, the power of Bang Shin-sil. A wedge in into the rough. You see that all too often from Shin-sil. She's got that tremendous club head speed and length off the tee, but every once in a while just has a loose miss in that golf game. Had a terrific debut at the KLPGA Championship a couple of weeks back at Lakewood. 4th place finish and her first ever start as a professional on the KLPGA Tour. Now Ji-young for a hat-trick of birdies at 11. Very nicely done. Of last year's Singapore Women's Open. Bounces back from a disappointing bogey at the 10th with a birdie at the par 5 11th. 800 million Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week at Suwon Country Club. And your pole sitter right now, the 20-year-old Lee Ye-won. She leads by 2 over Im Jin-hee and Bang Shin-sil. Park Ji-young's birdie at the 11th sees her back into solo 4th, one ahead of Kim Soo-ji, last year's Player of the Year. Yeah, we did see this from Shin-sil on Friday's coverage, day 1 of this 54-hole event. Only had wedge into 10 and had a very similar bunker shot to this. Short-sided, not much green to work with. She'll be pitching on a downslope, so it's easy to get this one sort of skipping past a couple of extra feet. But the fringes around the greens here at Suwon rather sticky. Very unpredictable when you're trying to bounce a ball through the fringe, so there's work to be done for Shin-sil to stay within touch of Ye-won, who has a brilliant look for birdie to come. Indian amateur champion, Bang Shin-sil. Players teed it up on Friday morning with hopes of lifting the NH Ladies Championship title. 62 made the halfway cut. Kim Kyo coming off her first missed cut in almost 2 years. Last week at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Open. She's back to playing some very good golf, although she's even par today. Third shot into 11. Coming out of the rough will affect the amount of spin she can get on it. You just see there, unable to get any sort of check. Skips through the back, but that's okay. I'll say looking resplendent in pink this afternoon is the golfer known as Cutiful. As you'd expect at a golf course that's only about half an hour outside of downtown Seoul. Huge crowds out there. Got some tweets from a couple of fans walking with this final group. There must be at least 800 people watching this 3-ball alone. That means there should be a bit of a roar if this one drops for Im Jin-hee's birdie to halve Ye-won's advantage at the top. It's on a good line. Oh, and as she did on the 9th, just needed another roll more. Par, that means at 12 under. Nice birdie at 11. Tee shot already safely down in play on 12. In this par 4, right in the front of the green, 5 on and 5 from the left. And that needed just a slightly bigger kick, but that's fine. That's a very makeable chip shot she's left herself. Yeah, one. I always say that the second win is the hardest to find. Not saying that it's easy to break through on any professional tour, but you almost feel like you want to validate that win, that it wasn't just a fluke. She is quickly establishing herself as one of the premier players, not only in South Korea, but in the world. This to get to 15 under. Just lacked a little bit of speed. A two-shot advantage is preserved. Back up to the 11th. Second sort of Lee Ji-young. That's the play there, good shot in. Finished 89th on the money list last year in her rookie season. Lost her card, got it back at Q School. This lady won Q School this year, Bang Shin-sil, but this is for par at 10. Oh, and she escapes with a sandy save again to start the back nine. Bang Shin-sil and Im Jin-hee breathing down the neck of Lee Ye-won. His advantage is 2 with 8 to play. But if there's a hole where Bang Shin-sil's power advantage can be used to its full effect, the 11th is, well, one of them. 471-meter par 5. A couple of the longer hitters in the field can certainly attack into, and as you'd come to expect at Suwon Country Club, very wide fairways, very generous targets off the tee. Sprayed a little bit too far right, you can get a friendly kick off that mound and find yourself just in the right rough. Obviously that bunk on the left's a big no-no. That tree That strategically placed tree in the middle left half of the fairway could pose some problems for ladies attempting to get home in 2 on this par 5. We saw Bang Sil well past that tree. Only had a hybrid in on day 1 en route to an eagle 3. Do run into some problems off the tee. You can always lay it up right to that area. Just leave yourself a nice full yardage. Try to take advantage of some good wedge play. The pin today in the middle right section, 20 from the front and 4 from the right. It looks intimidating when you're standing back in the fairway, but we've seen some great shots into this par 5 already. Plenty of birdies being offered up, maybe even an eagle or 2 for the likes of Bang Sil and Im Jin Hee as they look to hunt down the 20-year-old championship leader. And having said that, Yuwon's not exactly a powder puffer herself. She can get this one out there with good speed, swing the club very nicely this week. Well, she's leading by 2. Just get the sense she needs to make 4 here. Found herself with a real fight on her hands. That's a good start. Well clear of that tree in the center left of the fairway. Be wary of that. Again, usually likes to work the ball from right to left with all the clubs in her bag, so she's going to have to start this one almost out towards that hill on the right hand side of this 11th hole. Sort of rope a little chasing draw down there. A little oomph there to Im Jin Hee, and that's good. That tree be an issue for her second shot. I'll have to wait and see. Just watching Bang Sil for the first time get a load of this. The amount of speed she can generate with her tall frame, long levers. Really good sequencing is a sight to behold. Just caroms into that tree, and that's unlucky for Bang Sil. Not sure she's going to be able to make a regular backswing there. If you're a yard further left or further right, you'd be okay. Just have another look at this. It was a good swing, right where she was aiming. If she pitches that one in the fairway, it should skip past the tree with no issue. Just flashes into it and messes in amongst the pine straw. And that tree it's always been a bit of a hot topic in the 2-1 Country Club. Is it really fair? Is it really necessary to have an obstruction like that in the fairway? Because you could very well hit an excellent tee shot like Sil did and not be able to reap the rewards. Up on the green, Hyun Kyung for birdie 4. But it's been starting to heat up again for par the last couple of weeks. All of them from this range have found their mark, although this one well off target. It's speeding away to about 15 feet. Shot of 12. Chip this flat. Give this one a bit of a run. Came off soft. Yes. A little bit slow on the club face, a bit toey. Definitely would like that one back. It's on the apart. Swing from the left of this birdie look at 11. little bit more authority. Ball is up from that camera angle. It certainly looks a little bit more palpable. I remember what she did on Friday. Absolutely laced one past the tree at 207, if memory serves me correctly, into this hole, and a hybrid. Played to perfection. Took the aggressive line. Got the nice soft bounce she was looking for. And go on to roll that eagle putt in. Game sometimes. I think that one's going to fall in, especially coming uphill. Real unforced error, damaging the chances of Hyun Kyung. The 11th. You're not allowed to wait 10 seconds, but you must get to the 10 seconds will start from the time where you reach the ball. You cannot be seen to have caused any unnecessary delay getting to that. Unfortunately for Hyun, it's going to be a bogey 6. Back to 7 under. They want like this play, staying aggressive, and when you're leading a course like Suwon Country Club, it's kind of the track you want because you don't really run into too much trouble. You know, not a lot of these greens are framed with danger. 232 all the way to the pin. Be right on the limit, but leaving this front left is a good spot. Looks like she's just pushed that a touch, and she got the legs to carry. It's okay. That's going to be a bit of an awkward pitch coming over the corner of that greenside bunker. Clear of that tree, all the way in the left edge of the fairway. She can pretty much start this at the middle of that greenside bunker and just trust that natural draw to swing this back round to the hole. And when you're hitting a draw, you do tend to get a bit of extra release on the ball, so you're landing this 5-10 yards short with the kind of heat that a 3-wood would produce. Did very well. Jump up onto the green and release out to the hole. A slight hook line will help as well. Trying to get that to chase on. It's going to avoid the bunker. It's a bit of a good break for Im Jin-hee. Shinsun. Does she have a swing? It looks like she can just about make one. She's looking around like she might be looking for a ruling. I don't think you get a drop from that tree or that area. It's probably just an area of general play. It might be just waiting for a rules official to confirm that situation. Next month for the second major championship of the KLPGA Tour calendar. So she waits for a rules official. We'll jump ahead to 13 and Park Ji-young. Today on that lower front section. A bit easier to get to than yesterday's back pin. Just a bit of a tug for Ji-young, but no issue, she's on the correct level of this two-tiered green.
교체가 안 되고요. 루스 임페디먼트이기 때문에 치우실 수는 있으나 있는 그대로 플레이하셔야 됩니다.
근데 만약에 라인상에
네.
차 바퀴 같은 게 지나가는 게 있으면 가져가 된다고 해서
아니요, 여기는 안 돼요.
지금 차 바퀴가 있는데 상관
그거랑은 상관없습니다. 자, 있는 그대로 플레이하셔야 됩니다.
Korean's a little bit rusty, but I did hear loose impediment there, so she can move loose impediments around her golf ball as long as she doesn't cause her ball to move. That's standard sort of golf rules for you. Well, that certainly looks like a layup club for Shinsil. It's always just uncomfortable. When you've got a shot like that, you know you can just about make a golf swing. Shouldn't clip any branches or the trunk of the tree. It's always just in the back of your mind, isn't it? It's almost like a psychological impediment more than anything. But she's doing the right thing here. If she goes for this green and doesn't trust it, pine straw is a very slippery surface to try and build a stance on. Who knows where this ball could go? Just take it. Take your medicine. Just try and prod this one out of the fairway and make birdie the conventional way. Straight right, isn't coming back. Okay, that's fine for Bang Shin-sil. Unlucky off the tee, but in the fairway for her third shot. She looks to hunt down Patrick year one at the top of the leaderboard. As the crowds continue to swell at Suwon Country Club for this Sunday showdown. I think it's very much a three-horse race. Maybe if Park Ji-young strings a couple of birdies together coming home, but these three right here in this final group have separated themselves from the chasing pack a little bit. And Yewon started the day in a share of the lead within Jin-hee at 11 under par. It's been some very steady golf from Rent-A-Car Ladies Open champion. Talk about learning to be uncomfortable, or being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. It's never easy playing sort of final round conditions in the final group. We once had it a couple of times last year, as we quickly go up to 12 and Ji second to this front row location. It's going to get the kick forward. Not bad. To the point I was making about Yewon earlier on, she's been in the final group several times in her rookie season, no less, and she's won leading from the front, as she did on Jeju Island back in April. Just getting used to the feeling of what's it like being in a situation where you have a chance to win a golf tournament. It's a feeling that Bang Shin-sil experienced a fortnight ago at Lakewood, playing the final group with Park Gaeol and Lee Dae-yeon. Wasn't able to get the job done there. She's right in the thick of things once again this week in Yeongjin. Third shot now, just got to carry it over the bunker, play it with some speed and spin. Superb from Shin-sil. It's thrown down the gauntlet to your championship leader. You get that much spin is when you're playing those shots with speed, little half wedges, got that to check nicely, released out a little, and Bang Shin-sil moments away from getting to 13 under par. Well, over to you, Lee Ye-won. Very similar shot, but a couple of yards closer, so won't be able to get quite as much check on it. So from Hyun Kyung's putt, past the pin could be a little bit slick. 13, Ji-young with this left-to-righter for a 2 to get to 12 under. I said she needed to make some putts. That's one. Brilliant birdie for Park Ji-young at the par 3 13. Takes her into a share of second for the moment. 12 under par. Jin-hee always slightly ajar here. She knows Yeon's got a medium length speedy putt, so if she can just sort of fettle this one into about 6 feet, fancy her chances to close the gap. A slight uphill lie as well, which will help get this one up in the air quickly. Exactly what the doctor ordered for a pair of chasers. Great shots by Shin-sil and Jin-hee. Getting a little bit tighter at the top of the leaderboard. And for the moment, Yeon still enjoying a 2-shot cushion over playing partners Im Jin-hee and Bang Shin-sil. Park Ji-young's birdie at 13 gets it to 4 under par for this final round, and she joins the group at 12 under, 2 back. Pressure on the one here, and unfortunately it's not really a birdie putt she can attack. So Just send it out left, try and trickle it down that slope as it bends right towards the cup. Easy to let this one get away from her if she's just a little bit careless. It's going to be a bit of a nerve jangler left. Not sure she's lost her turn yet. Potential two-shot swing, and it could let a couple of other players in. Kyung short of the 12th. I said with G-Youngs, this is makeable. Really good try. Kyung. Indeed, hasn't lost her turn yet. Year one. Pressure starting to mount. This for a par. Okay, rock solid, nicely hold. That lead could be getting cut into momentarily. Ji-young down the slope at 12 for her birdie. Don't think it's that quick, Ji-young. It's a bit tentative. It's a bit disappointing. Shot, but still got to start this one at least a ball left with good pace as well. But it's a chance to cut the deficit in half. Very nicely hold, just enough pace to hold that line. It's within one of year one. Disappointed with the break she had on her tee shot. Jin Sil is going to be rather delighted to walk off this hole with a birdie 4. Much like Jin Hee, still got to start this on the left edge with good pace. So the challenge is birdie when the leader pars. The gap is just one. Jin Sil, Jin Hee, year one. Who's your money on? Let's not forget the honorless leader, Ji-young, a couple of holes ahead. She's only 2 back. We're heading for yet another photo finish here on the KLPGA Tour. For someone like Ji-young, these putts are important in the grand scheme of things over the course of the year. Dollar counts. Okay. Coaxed that one in the left edge, but safely done. Lee Jae-young, 12 pars in a row. This hole does sweep a little from right to left. It works its way downhill. And with the front hole location, really puts a premium on a good accurate tee shot here. Let's find the fairway so you can have maximum control trying to attack that front pin. First to play. Just look to start this right half of the fairway, right edge of the fairway. Just work that little draw off the right half, the right edge, and try and chase it down. You do get a bit of a speed slot right around 230 meters off the tee, which will help the ball release down another 10-20 yards. Just overworked that and found the fairway bunker at the top of the hill. She's far enough back from the lip, it's not going to be too much of a bother, but it's a bit of a miscue from Im Jin Hee. Bang Shin Sil, her driver here, carried it downslope entirely, almost fly it into the flat with her length. There's the big dog, Shin Sil. It's deep, well down the fairway on 12. Still leads. Psychologically, you're still telling yourself, you have to come catch me. If she pars home, it's going to take a couple of birdies from the pursuers to topple her at the top. It's just getting a little interesting here. Plays tee shot for Look at the distance disparity between the two. Not bother her though. She's still in control of this championship, albeit by the slenderest of margins. Jump up to 14 in the hard-charging Park Ji-young. 26 meters left. Can you play slightly uphill for your second shot, but the pin's in a fairly generous spot. Front portion of the green. Just got to make sure you carry its full distance, so there's a slope that'll feed your ball back down towards the front edge. Things getting tight at the top of the board. A couple of birdies from Im Jin Hee and Bang Shin Sil have cut Lee Ye-won's lead to only one, with Park Ji-young giving herself a birdie opportunity ahead at the 14th. I suppose the good news is she's not in the bunker. Just have to worry about the lip. It's a pretty thickish looking lie for Im Jin Hee. Sort of spin control or predictable control out of a line like that. She is on a slight upslope, which will help launch this one up into the air. If she can just look at a front edge yardage, she comes up short and that comes out dead. She's in that fairly easy spot just short of the green. The only mistake here would be to try to carry this onto the green itself. It comes out a bit tumbly. It's good to end up at the back edge of the green. It's a much harder two-putt from the back edge than it is an up and down from just short of this 12 green. So she's got to be smart about this one, Jin Hee. element out of play here. Contact side, a little bit heavy there for ENG. She's a good 15 yards short of the front edge. A bit of work cut out for her part. Ji-young starts stringing them together. There's another good look at the 14th. And it's another birdie for Park Ji-young, who gets the 13 under par, back into a share of second place. And since that drop shot on 10, she has been on fire. Starting to close in around Lee Ye-won. Problems for Ye-won. Catching the fish when you're in the final group Sunday. Just natural tension starts to build. Don't quite swing it as free as you normally do. A golden chance to heap more pressure on the tournament leader Shin-sil. Just a flick wedge in. Just a little shy there, but nothing disastrous. Yeah, that's probably the easier of the two putts between her and Ye-won. So Park Ji-young's 6th birdie of the afternoon takes her into a share of second again. The lead for Lee Ye-won, just a tender 1 stroke. shot required for Jin Hee, short of the 12. It's one of those you want to play with very minimal wrist break. Just sort of turn the body, set the wrist early and turn the body through. Should come out high, soft with a bit of check. They'll have to carry this onto the green though. Don't want to land this short in that fringe. Yeah, great technique, very nicely played for Jin Hee. Three players shot behind year one. We'll go to the final hole here at Suwon Country Club. For a closing birdie. Well done there. So, 68 for her. To close this championship. Shinsil just off the front fringe. Very tasty looking putt here. Uphill, moving to the left. Chance to tie the lead. And that's what you want to see. Bang Shinsil's putter starting to work its magic. The fifth birdie of the day. And now she ties Lee Won at the top. Very much game on here in Yongjin City. No expression, just the doff of the cap. Business as usual for Bang. The question is, how does Lee Won respond? Shows it, but she's going to be coming down that hill quite significantly to start anyway. As much like the putt she had back on 11, she's got to be wary of this. It's going to fall a little right. It's going to be pretty speedy to start, but should flatten out as it gets to the cup. Nice putt from right around that range for par on the previous hole. Easy on herself. She out of the left rough to the closing hole, looks like. Suji, who's been on a bit of a tear today. 5 under for this final round. Could potentially be a 600 par 66 to close for Suji. So we go back to Im Jin Hee. He's trying to stay in touch. This is for a par. Coax that one in. Really good up and down from Im Jin Hee. Now there's 2 tied at the top. Hardest hole on the golf course, the 15th. Tee shot safely down the center stripe. Pin today on 15, right in the front left corner, just 4 from the left edge. Cannot afford to pull this. Just a little bit here, but it's already on 13 T, surveying the situation. Keep your composure here, keep that head down, accelerate that putter head through, a nice solid stroke. Up to the task once again, another really good 6-footer hole for par. his company at the top of the leaderboard. And the two-time defending champion, Park Min-ji, alongside Kim Soo-ji. That's a pretty good shot for Min-ji. Going to come up short in her bid to win 3 NH Ladies Championships in a row, but it's been another wonderful defense of her title. So the new co-leader, Bang Shin-sil, with the honor on the par 3 13th. It's a very gettable pin. Front middle right. A little bit of buffer long if she wants to use in between clubs, throw it into that back slope, work it down, or just go straight at it. Go straight at it then. He's not backing down from this fight. Bang Shin-sil, another excellent iron shot. Let's not forget about In Jin-hee. You know, she's a dogged competitor. KLPGA Tour. 7 players when she broke through at BC Card Hankyong Ladies Open back in 2021, including Park Hyun-kyung and Jang Hana. One shot back. Last year, only 4 bogeys all week. Route to a 2-shot victory at the Mona Park Ladies Open. No stranger to close contests on Sunday afternoon. Should just be a comfortable 7-iron for Jin-hee from 142. Back off that slope a little bit. Intelligent use of the contours of the green there from In Jin-hee. Just about an hour ago. 2-shot lead, getting into the back line and cruising. She has since been caught. Seems to indicate that the breeze is coming off her left. Should indicate that she'll be able to hold a little draw up against that breeze. Transition not quite as smooth as it normally is. This is the par 3 13th, but an overly complicated shot that she's left herself. But Bang Shin-sil has really turned on the style on this back 9. Back-to-back birdies at 11 and 12 now see the 19-year-old Shin-sil tied with Lee Ye-won at 14 under par. Ji-young and Jin-hee a shot further back. under normal circumstances, a fairly straightforward up and down for the year one. Can play this any number of ways. Play a little low bump and run. Try to carry to the hole with a bit of spin. She tried the bump, but there just wasn't quite enough run, and she's got another one of those length putts for par. Hit on 15 to make it a three-way tie at 14 under. Tentative with the pace on that one for par. Jinhee left to right to tie the lead. Great effort. Just going to stay high for Jinhee. Putting with positivity, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to be lagging up putts that come up a foot or two short. You want to be positive with them. Give them a chance. Roll them by the high side. Even if they miss, there's always a chance they can go in. On this occasion for Jinhee, but she'll stay at 13 under. Territory this week. Championship lead. Straight over the top of the flag. This downhill putt. It's going to be a little bit pacey. Want to move right, but it's a chance to move into the lead by herself. Good for so much of the way for Bang Shin-sil. Just dives off low. Par. Okay. Stage, only 3 holes left to go for Park Ji-young. Stay tied. Once again. Enthralling tussle between these two young talents of the game. Nothing separates them with 5 to play. Just get the sense that at 17th hole, with Bang Shin-sil's leg, the only player in the field who can reach the par 5 in 2, it could be a pivotal point in this championship as Minji looks to end her title defense in style for a birdie at the last. Come on, Minji. Well done. Well done indeed. It's a wonderful closing round of 69 for Minji. A double bogey at 15 really ended any sort of realistic chance at the title, but a good strong finish there. She ends her week at 8 under and inside the top 10. Ji-young at the 16th. It's just 5 from the left edge today. Oh my word! Oh, she made a hole-in-one yesterday on the 3rd hole. I mean, this would have snagged her a car. Look at that. Clatters off the flagstick. Well, those lucky, unlucky shots, but You think she's feeling it at the par threes this week? Sensational. Chi Young. Suji for a 66. Settle for a 67. Have the honour. Another more forgiving tee shots, and there are a bunch of them at Suwon Country Club. A place you don't want to go, especially with her length, is left here. That rhythm, she's got that look about her, Shin-Sil. Swinging freely, swinging with confidence, and tell you what, she is applying all kinds of pressure. And the other two ladies are brilliant talents in their own right in this final group. Getting as far down as Bang Shin-Sil.
좀 이동 좀 멈춰주세요.
She finds the fairway. She's able to craft a chance for herself. It's not what you call conventional. Sends the ball where she needs it to go. Everyone's hit a couple of loose iron shots, but the driver's been fairly on point throughout this final round.
카메라 좀 눌러주세요.
She knows full well that Shin-Sil in prime position down the fairway. Certainly going to have the advantage. Second shot coming with a much shorter club. It's important to keep this one just down the left half of the fairway. Stick one in close first. Of this back line, it's very much advantage Bang Shin-Sil. The final hole. It's a birdie putt for Son Ye-bin to join Kim Soo-ji at 5 out in a share of 5th. Well done, great birdie to close that. Son Ye-bin finishes inside the top 5, and look at that for a colourful scorecard. Birdie finish for Ye-bin. Chi Young bounced off the flagstick with her tee shot. There's about an 8-10 footer gently down the hill for birdie to tie the lead. She's obviously a very experienced campaigner. She knows there's an advantage to be able to post a number at the clubhouse. If she can hang 14, 15 under par as the target, you never know in this game. That'd be a strong benchmark to set through 54 holes, but this one's got to go in first. Oh my goodness, it breaks across across the front edge of the cup. So very nearly a second hole in one of the week. And so very nearly a birdie. It's only a par. Is she running out of holes? Park Ji-young chasing a second win of the season and a first of the year. You say it every week. Crazy things happen in golf. You never quite know, do you? Final group striding up the 14th. A little bit of pressure. Just staying calm and collected as always. First to play. Shinsil, which is very used to being the last to go. It's the stat category for driving distance. It's the 19-year-old rookie sensation. There's 12 from the front edge, 8 from the right. Do have to factor in a slight elevation change as well, coming uphill. 14th. See that dark green strip of mowed fairway grass there. That means that it's into the grain as opposed to the lighter strip on the left-hand side where you want ballers. It's going to be coming a little bit slower. One faces the players there. Pins at the front level. Pretty accessible. Distance control right. Shots on the left. Herself a rather challenging birdie putt. It does go a little bit further, you can pull it, deal off the club, comes out a little bit lower and with stronger flight. Usually behind the line game is abandoning the evolving pressure-packed cauldron of the back nine Sunday. Now Jinhee about 8 yards closer. Very nicely played, using the slope beautifully there in Jinhee. Write her off at your own peril, because she has played a gem into 14. Years of age in Jinhee. Celebrate her birthday in just over a week's time. Shinsil should only be a pitching wedge, maybe even a gap wedge. She is taking dead aim at this one. It's another superb wedge shot from the 19-year-old, and it's another excellent birdie opportunity awaiting Pang Shin-sil. But this is only her third start as a professional on the KLPGA Tour. Came close at the season opening major championship She's tied for the lead right now, but she's in control on the 14th green. So just get this one down in two. That's all Leo Wan's thinking about from here. A lot of movement from left to right and that big ridge to deal with as well. Play it out towards the apex and let gravity do the rest. This is on a nice line. This is on an excellent line. Good speed. Very good touch from Leo Wan. Really well judged from up there. To the final hole. Second shot incoming, and oh, it's a good one. It's a very good one. Excellent shot there into the closing hole, much to the delight of the fans that have gathered around the back of this green. Now Im Jin Hee to reinsert herself into the conversation here. Ticklish left to right slider. Just slides a little too much. Well, Jihan Sol. Not gonna get that one to go. Won her first 72-hole championship on the KLPGA Tour last year on Jeju Island at Pink's Golf Club. It's been a bit of a forgettable final round for Han Sol. Now Shinsil. Much like Jinhee's, this one's going to snap pretty hard from left to right. There's a chance again for the outright lead. Oh, just powered it through the break. We saw a bit of this on Friday. She gave herself a chances. Just couldn't take them. Now for a closing birdie. The 2019 Rookie of the Year, Cho Ai-yan. Bit of a disappointing Sunday effort, but a nice birdie to close. That'll be a round of 74. Oh, Yewon, first to putt for her par. Oh, and finally the putter buckles under a bit of pressure. She made some great saving putts over the last hour or so, but you can't leave yourself too many of those and expect them all to go in. The first bogey of her final round comes on 14. First bogey of the weekend, in fact, for Lee Ye-won, and could that be rather costly at the end of play today? So Shinsil with a par could assume the solo lead. Just maintain that focus. Stick to that rhythm. And for the first time this week, Bang Shin-sil leads the NH Ladies Championship. 4 holes left to play. Remember, she was in a similar spot at Lakewood at the KLPGA Championship before Lee Da-yeon absolutely raced home with a bunch of birdies to clinch the title there. How valuable will the lessons learned at Lakewood be for the 19-year-old Bang Shin-sil? Im Jin-hee, one of 3 players trailing by 1. You know, she's not going to give up till all is said and done. So the final 3 ball now make their way to the hardest hole on the golf course all week long, the par 4 15, 340 meters long. Only the fairway bunker on the right-hand side to challenge the tee shot to this rather generous landing area. The real trick, or the real difficulty of this hole is that second shot. It plays uphill to this elevated green at the pin today in a very generous location on the front left edge of the green. Just 8 from the front and 4 from the left, much like the pin on the 12th. Certainly a gettable flagstick for all 3 players in the final group. All throughout the week, if you make par on 15, you're not too disappointed. Championship leader Bang Shin-sil sticking to her guns, staying aggressive. She's got driver. She leads by 1. once again is miles down the fairway in great position. Off her best ever year on the KLPGA Tour last season. Jin Hee ended the year inside the top 15 on the money and the points list with just over 538 million Korean won banked. She's riding that good form into the start of 2023. Hasn't missed a cut yet this year. There's only one top 10 finish. That came at the KLPGA Championship 2 weeks ago. Year one. Like him, Jin Hee, no missed cuts for the now 20-year-old in the year one. But for the first time this Sunday afternoon, she's chasing. Driving the ball very nicely. And that gets a nice big friendly kick. Splits the middle of the fairway. Does year one. And now she is the chaser. The game's getting younger and younger in South Korea. Combined age of these three ladies, 63 years of age. Up to the 17th. From the very left edge of the fairway here, it's a nice angle for Park Ji-young. Must make birdie here, you feel. Well, that's one way to do it. Excellent shot. Big sigh of relief. She knows she's not out of it yet. Just love that tempo. So smooth at the transition. It hits that number. You can tell when they've made good contact with it. Good spin control. It's that side of 6 feet. The reigning Singapore Women's Open champion looking to add a second piece of silverware to the mantle. Now up to the last, and Lee Daeyeon to end off her round with a birdie 3. Hasn't played since her victory at Lakewood. Showing no signs of ring rust at all. Is the now 7-time KLPGA Tour winner. Not going to be the flashy finish for Daeyeon. Alongside Wang Jung-mi, who will be defending Doosan Match Play Championship next week on the KLPGA Tour. All these players just trying to get primed and ready, get their games in shape, get their confidence high for the second major championship of the season, the Korea Women's Open, which will be played at Rainbow Hills in just over a month's time. Cannot wait for that. Lim Hee-jung, the defending champion, set the tournament scoring record last year with a dominant display to claim her second major title. Jin-hee yet to add one of KLPGA's big 5 titles to her resume, which she's slowly gaining in confidence, and that resume is building. She could very well have the game to factor in at least one major championship before this year is done. This lady's got 3 of them, though. a Hanwha Classic, a KLPGA Championship, and a Korea Women's Open. 3/5 of the way towards the Korea Grand Slam. And Lee Dae-yeon will end her week inside the top 10 at Suwon Country Club. Another lovely week's work for Lee Dae-yeon. Jin Hee going to be first to play into 15. Once again, it's a pin on the left-hand side of the green and does set up very well for that trap draw. Look to start it just at the TV tower and let it work back towards this pin. She's been patient on this back nine. She needs to start getting something going. For the first time today, just stepping back, maybe a gust of wind just getting her attention. Let's do the right thing, step back, refocus, reset. Just trying to abbreviate that follow through a little bit. She's played a very nice iron shot again in Jin Hee. For year one, this will get her attention because you do not want to miss this green left, and ever since we came on air, all the shots seem to be missing left with these clubs. So just look out a little bit right here, 20 feet right, not a bad result. So we start on a better line. Look at that. It's going to go releasing onto the back of the green. She's got another tricky two-putt coming up. A bit shorter than the effort she had on 14. It's just coming a little unstuck for year one on this back nine. I just wonder how much of this is due to the pressure that has been applied by Bang Shin-sil with her stellar play on this closing stretch of holes. Another perfectly placed tee shot, another wedge in the hands of the teenager. Another chance to stick it in close and just turn the screws on the chasers. A fine shot from Shin-sil. Such an advantage, you cannot state that enough. Length and power in this game. Yeah. On the penultimate hole, Park Ji-young for a birdie to move her alongside Shin-sil at 14 under. Oh yes, one hole to play. Park Ji-young ties the lead. There's been some birdie barrage from Park Ji-young. So once again, two at the top of the board tied. It's Ji-young and Shin-sil with Jin Hee in year one. A shot further back at 13 under par as we head into the closing stages of this final round of the NH Ladies Championship. Not for the first time on this back nine. Ye Won with a putt from the wrong level of this green on 15. Send it out to the right. Let it take the slope down towards the hole. Be happy to just snuggle this one up close for a stress-free par. She hasn't had too many of them on Sunday afternoon on this back nine. That's not what you would call a stress-free look at par. It's easy to look and think, well, she just hasn't putted well. She just hasn't hit it in the right spots on some of these greens. Park Ji-young, a new co-leader alongside Bang Shin-sil. Only the par 4 18th left to play. Tee shot nicely negotiated for Ji-young. Will have a slight downhill lie to contend with. We've seen some very close shots hit into this 18th, and we know her iron play has been impeccable. I think she likes it. Oh, it's pretty good. Just a little right for Ji-young, but an uphill look for birdie upcoming. That'll be to post 15 under par in the clubhouse. This lady's not out of it yet. Im Jin-hee, another fabulous iron shot. Can she convert this time to make it a three-way tie? Just burns the left edge for Jin-hee. Agonizingly close once more. Shin-sil. Touch of movement to her left in this one. It is to move back into the solo lead. Again, you just want to see a positive stroke here from Shin-sil. Doesn't matter whether it drops or not. Just give it a chance. Give it a scare. That was a good putt. That was never going anywhere but the middle of the cup. A timely birdie for Bang Shin-sil on the 15th hole. She's 6 under par for this final round, and she leads by 1. Nice steady head. When she looked up, it was pouring itself into the middle of the cup. A wonderful 3 and a big moment for Bang. If you're Lee Won, it's one of those times where you start to wonder, where did it all go wrong? I mean, she's still very much in the picture. What was a 2-shot lead at the turn has now become a 2-shot deficit, provided this goes in. It's a lonely, sinking feeling for the 20-year-old. Of a sudden, she finds herself in a situation where if this one doesn't go, could very much be back to the wall for Ye Won. Still got to be outside right, maybe half a ball outside the right, and hit with conviction. Very nicely holed. Rock solid 2-putt for Lee Won. Being stuck in neutral in this back nine with the hard charging Bang Shin-sil has made it difficult, to say the least, for Lee Won. Now we hit to The par 3 16th. 3 more chances for someone to drive away with a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Park Ji-young certainly gave the insurers a bit of a scare with her excellent tee shot clattering off the flagstick. This uphill par 3 to a green that sits on a bit of a plateau here. At pin today, 5 from the left edge and 13 from the front. It's one that sets up well for players that work the ball from right to left like an Im Jin Hee. But the only tricky thing about this hole is players can't see their landing on the flat surface of the green from where they hit their tee shots at the bottom of the hill. Shinsil not wasting any time. She leads by 1. Just tweaks that a little left, but that's fine. Do love the fact she's staying aggressive, still going at pins. Yeah, up on 17. Lee Ji-young for her birdie. Yeah, well done. She was stuck on the par train the last time we caught up with her. Did drop a couple of shots at 14 and 15, but will get 1 back there at the penultimate hole. Now Im Jin Hee chipped in for birdie on this hole yesterday to tie the lead. Going to be missing it too far left today. It's a club more than Shinsil. She's begging for that to turn. Tries to get a little help from the front fringe. Maybe just a little low off the face. So a couple of yards off that. Still, she's got a chance. Now Yeon needs to trying to get herself back in the right mindset here. Try and go at some flag sticks. Stay aggressive. Not saying she was trying to protect that lead that she had as she made the turn, but she needs a fast finish here if she wants a second title of the year. 2 back, 3 to play. She's leaning like she might have tugged that a little. Ooh, just off the front left. Nothing disastrous. Certainly not what she was looking for. Shinsil with a 6th unanswered birdie of the day now leads by 1 over Park Ji-young, who only has the par 4 18th remaining for this year's NH Ladies Championship. Year one intention here. Chip this one in. Should just kick a little right once it hits the green. Oh, chipped in on 9. Thought she was going to do it again on the 16th. A brave effort. Should be, well, for the first time on this back nine anyway, or in recent memory, a straightforward par. Doesn't have to sweat this one. Year one. Just been a little untidy over the last hour and a half. Now Shinsil. She's got a bit of a big kick from the collar of the fringe there, skating that one on a little bit, so her putter's going to be tested for par. Now up at the last, Park Ji-young to set the target at 15 under par in the clubhouse. Has she hit it? Has she hit it? No, just a little low for Park. 14 under par, the best that Ji-young can do. Have to sit back and wait around to see if that's going to be good enough. I think she knows maybe one shot shy. And a brilliant final round of golf from Park Ji-young, who will continue to extend her lead at the top of the money list. Now Im Jin-hee from about 25 feet. Never gave that a chance. Disappointing there from Jin-hee. Now at the final tee box we find Park Hyun-kyung. 18th hole sweeps around to the right quite dramatically. Easy to run out of room if you pull it left and go through the fairway. And that is going to be okay for Hyun-kyung.
지금 볼이 박힌 게 여기에 아마
So a bit of a nervy four-footer here for Shinsil to preserve her one-shot advantage. Nicely holed. Good up and down. That'll give her some confidence going to 17. A hole she knows she can reach into. You have to think she's probably 2 good swings away from clinching her first win on the KLPGA Tour, and what a way to do it that would be. But she's got to get through the 17th and 18th first, and this is where her power advantage really can shine. That bunker on the right in play for practically every player in this field. This par 5 sweeps around from right to left, thick trees on the left that must be avoided at all costs. If you do get a good drive away, you can catch a bit of a speed slot right around that 250-yard graphic, which can shoot the ball further down to the hole. Bang Shin-sil, well, she can carry that slope with ease. Remember, she was just short of the green in 2 with her second shot in the opening round on Friday. Most of the field going to be laying up here. Do you want to lay it back to the flat, give yourself a fuller yardage in, or do you want to try and get as far up this hill as possible? The green sits well above the level of the fairway, and the pin today cut right in the right-hand corner, 17 from the front and just 4 from the right. So if you are going to be laying up, certainly want to be coming in to this green from the left side of the fairway. As expected, Bang Shin-sil with the driver. She can start it at the TV crane in the distance. Possibly the most important shot of the day for the 19-year-old leader. She's watching it intently. It's hugging that tree line and oh dear. I don't think that's kicked out. That's lost ball country up there. I mean, she could be reloading 3 from the tee. Again, Park Ji-young in the clubhouse at 14 under par. Im Jin-hee, Lee Ye-won, the pair of them at 13 under. Where or where's Bang Shin-sil's tee shot ended up on this 17th hole? Could we be heading for a playoff? Still, so many permutations. This year's NH Ladies Championship. Jin-hee definitely going to be looking out to that right fairway bunker as a start line. Just turn a draw off that. Second life breathed into the challenge of Im Jin-hee and Lee Ye-won. Again, even leaking this out a little bit right. No chance she gets home in 2. We'll have to play this as a 3-shotter and definitely need to take this towards that right bunker. No point in challenging the trees on the left for Ye-won. That's going to catch the speed slot and go chasing on down. Provisional ball now from Bang Shin-sil. This one tugged well left into the trees. Still not out of the woods just yet. The championship leader in this tournament, by no stretch of the imagination, is done and dusted. And that one wasn't going to go left. You can see he just hung on to it. And you know what she's thinking. Why, oh why didn't I do that the first time? That is colossal down the slope. Certainly will be in range for what would be her 4th shot if they can't find that first ball. Remember, if they find that first ball, that provisional ball is out of play. They'll have to take her options from wherever that first pill is if they can find it. 3 minutes the allotted time once this 3-ball gets up to that tee shot. Poor swing at the worst possible time for Bang Shin-sil has led a lot of players back into this. You can see that looked to be a big old toe hook, curved very hard in the air. And power, it is a double-edged sword. Yes, it can give you opportunities, it can create birdie looks, eagle looks for you, but unbridled power, slightly offline power, well, that's not what you want as we go up to 18 and Hyun Kyung second. Hasn't won since the 2021 KLPGA Championship. Park Hyun Kyung. Now, it looks like we've got a search party out on 17 trying to locate the ball of Bang Shin-sil. I don't think the news is all too optimistic right now. Although with that being said, with that provisional ball in play in a pretty good spot in the fairway, would you really want to find that first ball? Would you risk looking for that first ball with any sort of enthusiasm? Because it is some rather thick trees and a lot of trouble at the left-hand side of 17. Well, the search is going to go on. She'll have 3 minutes to do it once she gets there. Start the clock. Here she goes. sort of pinballed around the branches and come out to about where the gentleman in yellow is standing, that's fine. She can still sort of advance it forward, get on this green in 3. But if they have to look, 15 yards further into the bush than where she is right now, that brings up a lot of trouble, because she would then have to go back to the tee. So I don't assume she'd want to take 2 club length relief for an unplayable lie. I don't think she's got a line backwards away from the hole. So she'd have to go back to the tee and hit that tee shot all over again. Of course, well within her rights to, as a player, to just say, you know what, let's not bother everyone, let's go ahead. Because, I mean, yes, it's going to be a tall ask to make par from where that provisional tee shot is, but a bogey, limits the damage and certainly still keeps her in with a chance. I don't detect much enthusiasm in trying to trek in there to look for her golf ball, and a cursory glance really from the championship leader. Year 1, not going to be mucking about, set to play her layup.
저기 핸드폰 확인 좀 해주세요.
There are over 1,000 people following this final group, so you are going to get some noise from the crowd. It's backing off there again. Want to be up the left-hand side of this fairway to open up the green for your 3rd. Pretty good for year 1. Have they found it?
저기도 하나 보이는 것 같은데 잠깐만.
확인 한번 해볼게. 저거는 제 볼이 아니야.
Or is time up? By my math, she's got about 30 seconds left to find this one.
아니 뭐가 하나 붙인 것
아니
같은데.
그 찾으면 오히려 곤란해질 수도 있을 것 같아서.
I think 3 minutes is up. Haven't found it, so the provisional ball is now in play. Shinsil will be playing 3 and playing 4 from there as Im Jin Hee, with her hopes restored now. Really hugging the left-hand side of this hole. Yeah, that's ideal. That's kind of where Park Ji-young was. Im Jin Hee's got a very good wedge game on her. Anyone's championship right now with that miss from Shinsil. Is she far enough down she can get home in 2? You would think yes. And even if she just sort of prodded one out to the left half of the green, you take your 2-putt bogey, at worst you feel you're going to be tied for the lead playing the 18th hole. And if you gave her that opportunity or that scenario on the first tee Friday morning, she probably would have taken it. Although this certainly doesn't look like a 3 wood. Can't imagine she's going for this with an iron. This surely is just a layup for her 4th. 236, a bit of a stretch even for the big hitting Bang Shin-sil. Gonna have to get up and down from there to drop just 1. A costly miss with the driver. But how costly is it going to be for Bang Shin-sil this week? Well, Hyun Kyung to finish her week inside the top 10 at 8 under par. Birdie look at the last. Well, she would have fancied her outside chances coming into this final round. It's going to be a round of 1 over par 37 and a share of 12th. So year one, quite a ways back here. Shinsil, what must be going through her mind right now? In command and control of this championship, standing on the 17th tee. The greatest weapon in her arsenal, letting her down when she needed it most, but that's what Sunday pressure can do to you. Year one, like Im Jin-hee, with renewed hope. Not sure they know that Park Ji-young's posted 14 under up ahead in the clubhouse. But year one with a nice angle. You can see it from that overhead crane shot. Left edge of the fairway. Good angle to this right pin. Awesome response. Really well done for year one. Probably the best iron shot she's hit on this back nine. She's given herself a look at birdie. Shinsil from the right edge of the fairway will have to come over a little bit more of that bunker, but she's hit some pretty good wedge shots down the stretch. She's going to need to summon up one more here at the 17th. Fifth shot now. Tugs it a touch. That left for a bogey for Bang Shin-sil. Jin-hee. Terrific angle. He's seen the blueprint of how to play this shot from Park Ji-young. Clip it nicely, so land it 10 feet short. One big bounce and a bit of check. Carried it a little bit too far, but that's pretty well played from Im Jin-hee. She in year one with about 10 footers for birdie. Bang Shin-sil, who currently holds the lead with about a 25 footer for a bogey. It's all coming down to the final hole here at the NH Ladies Championship. Ji-young, no further golf left to play for her. Is 14 under par going to be good enough? Stick around and find out. It's for a birdie or a bogey. Every shot just counts the same as one. Shinsil for a bogey at 17 to drop back into a share of the lead. Bit of right to left. It's got to go. What a bogey for Bang Shinsil. Tee shot in the trees. Makes birdie with her second ball. Well, some bogeys are better than others. What a display of heart for Bang Shinsil. No emotion at all. Look at this. Her back's to the wall. She knows that that tee shot gave hope to a lot of players, but she limits the damage to one with some very gutsy play. Terrific stuff from the teenager who continues to impress in only her third start as a professional on the KLPGA Tour. Ji-young waiting with good friend Park Yoon-kyung at the back of 18 green. She would have heard a roar, but I don't think she knows that was for a bogey. Now Yewon to resume a share of the lead that she had held for so much of this final round. A birdie look at 17, which has to go, you feel. No, it's too high. And her putting touch has really let her down over the last 9 holes or so. It's certainly a great preview for the match play championship we've got on next week on the KLPGA Tour. There's momentum, there's a rhythm, there's ebbs and flows in it. Shinsil's bogey, I mean, that is world class regardless of the result of this week's championship. She's going to take a lot of confidence and a lot of positive memories from managing to do something like that in the situation that she's in right now, no less. Now, Im Jin-hee could keep things very interesting for us. This for a birdie to make it a 3-way share of the lead at 14 under par. She has made nothing this back 9. Good time to start doing it here for a birdie at 17 for Im Jin-hee. We've got a trio at the top. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is coming down to the wire. Brilliant birdie for Im Jin-hee, who's birdied every single par 5 in this final round. Perfect pace. Bang on line. And in it goes. Poor Lee Ye-won has been just left in the dust. Birdies falling all around her. Hasn't really been able to muster up anything significant herself. Still has a chance, the 18th hole to play. She will head to the 18th tee, trailing 3 players by 1. Question is now, who's the momentum with? Is it with Jin-hee? Is it with Shinsil? I'll tell you who's got the honor. It's the 24-year-old Im Jin-hee. She's watching it intently. It's A little left. Oh, it's perfect. It is well down the fairway for Im Jin Hee. That's a brave tee shot with the championship lead. Right to the far edge of the fairway. Should just be a wedge left. Park Ji-young, she can only wait. After posting a closing 66 that left her in the clubhouse at 14 under par just about 14 minutes ago. Now year one needs a 3 and nothing less, and need a bit of help as well. Now I imagine this should be a 3-wood for Bang Shin-sil. Im Jin Hee can get to the far edge of the fairway. Shin-sil with her length can certainly run through it. But tugs that one a little left, and she's going to have to play her second shot out of some of that wispy rough. And probably the bogey of the week has kept Bang Shin-sil in this championship. A 2-shot swing on the 17th with Im Jin Hee's birdie, and a 3-way tie at 14 under par as the final group, and the 1,000 spectators that have followed them all throughout this afternoon make their way up this closing par 4. It's been some last 20 minutes here at Suwon Country Club. After putting a first ball out of play back on the 17th tee, Bang Shin-sil stepping up and answering the question, would she fold after that poor golf swing? The answer was no. A brilliant save for bogey. That was after having to lay up as well after a provisional ball found the fairway, but not quite close enough that she could attack with her fourth shot. I'm surprised Park Ji-young's not warming up or trying to stay loose, just hanging out the back of 18 green. That close to posting 15 under par, which really would have made things difficult for the likes of Jin Hee and Shin-sil. Park Ji-young doesn't control her own destiny. It's down to these 3 women in the 18th fairway. Shin-sil will be first to go, and just coming out of the left rough here always makes things a little bit more unpredictable, particularly with her speed. Well, that ball looks to have nestled down a little bit, and one would think that means it's going to come out with a bit of topspin. So if anything, just take a little bit off the stock shot you were trying to hit. You play to land this 20 feet short. It rolls up. Great. If it doesn't, She's got a decent chance from there. Last thing he wants to try and be over-aggressive with this downhill second shot and you fly through the back of the green, find yourself having to scramble to make par. Is a nightmare scenario. Indeed does fly the green. Adrenaline, the lie. Bang Shin-sil is stumbling at the finish line here. Can't believe she's just done that. I mean, she's missed that by a good extra club. Park Ji-young was looking at it. I think she knew it was a little deep. He's getting up close and personal with the action, and there's that. Yeah, one final cast of the dice for the 20-year-old. Oh, an excellent shot. She's given herself a chance, Lee Ye-won. She's got plenty of heart. Hasn't had her best stuff technically. She is fighting to the bitter end here. She wants that second title. You can see it in her eyes. Im Jin-hee. She holds all the cards right now. Brave tee shot. An excellent tee shot. Can she be one good wet shot away from perhaps sealing the deal in regulation time? Shin-sil over the back of the green. Ji-young done for the day. Jin-hee. One more good wedge shot. That's all she's asking for here at the 18th. Didn't look too pleased with it, but she's got a chance. Hanging out around the back of that green. Shin-sil, she's through the back of the green as well. Must get it up and down to have any prayer. Have another look. Said that lie could have been an issue. Bit of a flyer lie, adrenaline coursing through the veins, and well, she's missed her landing spot by at least 15 yards there. Ji-young knew it. There's been a growing appreciation and a growing fan base for this young lady ever since she made her debut as a professional on the KLPGA tour 2 weeks ago. She has garnered a legion of fans. Ye-won also in her sophomore season turned a lot of heads with her stellar play in 2022. And Im Jin-hee, tenacious bulldog of a competitor that she is, could potentially have a putt in a minute or two to clinch a third KLPGA Tour title, and it would be the third straight year that Im Jin-hee has won on tour. What kind of lie does Bang Shin-sil have from over the back of the 18th green? Well, she's almost at the scorer's table. There it is. The line looks clean, which is good. She's got enough green to work with, which is also a good thing. The only problem is it's the 18th hole Sunday afternoon. You're tied for the lead, and well, this green does tilt from back to front. We'll have to send it out right with a bit of check. Try and get it to release down the slope. Easy ball, easy. Only that lady has the chance to end things on the 54th hole of this championship. Jin Hee, ball in hand, she controls her destiny. You did see this putt hole from Park Min-ji, the defending champion.
아니 일로 가면은
Completion of her round. It's going to be downhill, it's going to be working to the right. If Jin Hee holds, whatever year one does, it's not going to be enough. And it will be Bang Shin-sil first to putt for her part. And like year one, it's really a make or your tournament's over kind of situation for Shin-sil. She made a great bogey putt back on 17. And she got one more Houdini-like save in her here on the 18th. No, she doesn't. A bogey finish for Bang Shin-sil. This one's going to sting, but she will only get stronger from it. She's going to learn from this experience. She will win by the end of this season, mark my words. She is too impressive of a young talent to not do it. I know that's saying a lot in your rookie year, but she is that good. It's not to be this week, though, for the 19-year-old. It's going to be another top 5 finish. She can look back at a couple of shots that cost her the opportunity. The tee shot 17, obviously, but I think this is the one that is going to haunt her when she goes to bed tonight. Agonizingly close once again. Im Jin Hee, downhill, left to righter for a birdie to win the NH Ladies Championship. She's done it, and what a way to do it as well. Birdies on 17 and 18. She hung around all afternoon as birdies flew around her. The lead exchanged hands. Im Jin Hee with a birdie on the final hole clinches victory at the NH Ladies Championship. Another moment at the winning putt. Perfect pace, center cup. You only have to lead on the 18th green Sunday to win a championship, and Im Jin Hee proofs in the pudding there. She goes wire to wire here at Suwon Country Club. One of 5 co-leaders on day one, tied for the lead coming into Sunday. She will stand alone at 15 under par when the dust settles. Worth a fair hunk of change, this putt for Lee Ye-won. And that just sums up the last 2.5 hours for Lee Ye-won. Ice cold putter. She's going to come up short. 2 under par 70 to end her week in a share of third with Bang Shin-sil. But Im Jin Hee, your winner at this year's NH Ladies Championship. Park Ji-young leads the celebrations. And for Im Jin Hee, a 3rd win of her career. She'll cash a nice paycheck this week and continue to build off what was her most successful season ever on the KLPGA Tour. She'll celebrate with friends, she'll celebrate with family, and she will turn 25 in just over a week's time as a now 3-time KLPGA Tour champion. Many congratulations, Im Jin Hee. More from Suwon Country Club when we come back.
나 스코어카드 정리해야 돼.
좀 지나갈게요.
네.
확인해야 돼.
하나 끌수 있어요?
일긴 한번 확인해야 돼. 나 이거 못 들어갔어. 그거만 한번
어디로 가요?
그거만 체크해.
어디로 가요?
네, 지금 우승자 인터뷰 후에 시상식을 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 모두 잠시 대기해 주시기 바라고요. 시상식이 종료된 후 이번에 모두 무대 티켓을 준비해 주시길 바랍니다.
동료 다 이동하세요. 앞으로 이동해 주세요. 앞으로 이동. 앞으로 이동해 주세요. 나오세요. 나오세요. 다 밖으로 나오세요. 자, 용성아. 저기 다 선 밖으로 나가세요. 다 나가세요.
네, 다시 한번 전해드리겠습니다. 지금 우승자 인터뷰 후에 바로 시상식을 진행할 예정입니다. 시상식 종료 후에는 기념품 추첨이 있으니까요. 모두 모바일 티켓을 준비해 주시길 바라겠습니다.
네. 안녕하세요. 일단 너무 좋아요. 이렇게 시즌 초반에 우승을 빨리 하게 돼서 너무 좋은 것 같아요. 잘 모르겠어요. 약간 떨고 있는 것 같네요. 감사합니다. 솔직히는 2라운드 끝나고 약간 욕심이 나긴 했어요. 근데 오늘 전반 치면서 약간 답답한 플레이를 해가지고 좀 마음을 내려놨다가 친 게 오히려 도움이 된 것 같아요. 네, 그렇죠. 마음대로 되지는 않겠지만 최대한 많이 해보고 싶어요. 감사합니다.
Well, a wonderful opportunity to look back and reflect on what was a real blockbuster Sunday in Yeonjin. Two start of the day in a share of the lead, Im Jin-hee and Lee Ye-won. And, well, Ye-won signaled her intent early. A brilliant approach into the opening hole, setting up a kick-in birdie and the outright lead. But Bang Shin-sil, she would find a three from off the edge of the green. And she would have a huge part to play in what was a terrific final round. Up to the par 5 fourth, and Ye-won continuing to keep her foot on the gas pedal. A side-winding slider, finding the jar for a birdie there, second in 4 holes. But, well, as we've come to expect, Bang Shin-sil with her length and power eating up the par 5s like they were nothing. Still had a testy one, but it found its target. And Bang Shin-sil added up to 11 under par, within 2 of Ye-won. Im Jin-hee would get off the mark with a 4 of her own at the 4th. Birdies all round for the final group at the 4th. And at the 7th, Shin-sil launching it up and over that fir tree, getting that to stop on a dime. And more importantly, would go on to convert the putt to get within 1 of Lee Ye-won's target. And then up at the 8th, after dropping a shot at the 7th, Im Jin-hee, her key to success was scoring well on the 5s. Brilliant little nippy wedge snuck in close. That would lead to a birdie 4, 35 to the turn when Im Jin-hee. And Ye-won led by 1 at this point, make it 2 after that chip in from just underneath the hole at the 9th. A flawless outward half of 33 for Ye-won. That gave her a 2-shot lead. Shin-sil had a chance to cut into it, and that ball would remain above ground. And up at the 11th, Ji-young Park, the reigning, I should say the current moneyless leader, she was starting to make a move after going out in 3 under par 33, dropped a shot at 10, but with some nifty wedge work of her own at the 11th, would recover that for a birdie, moving her into solo 4th. Bang Shin-sil got unlucky with her tee shot, nesting up against a tree, had to play the par 5 the conventional way. Didn't matter, it was still going to be a 4. Then at the 13th, Ji Young. Well, right about this time I said if she wanted to have a chance, she needed to start making some putts, and right on cue, the 5-time KLPGA Tour winner delivered that 30-footer for a deuce at the 13th. While that was going on, Bang Shin-sil, well, saw this a moment or two ago. Well, that was just special. To have the nerve to hit a shot like that after getting unlucky with a tee shot. We'll go on to make that 4. Im Jin-hee just short of the green in 2, and as she did on the 8th, playing a very tidy pitch up to about 5 feet. So the pair of them would birdie there, and then at the 14th, Ji Young's putter just starting to heat up. Long birdie putt on 13, another mid-range one at the 14th. And Park Ji Young was sneaking up the leaderboard. Shin-sil just short of the green on 12, but left herself in a great position. Uphill right to left putt. Buried that one in the bottom for a 5th birdie of the day. And Year One left herself a lot of tricky par putts, which she managed beautifully until that one slipped by at 14. A costly 3-putt for the 20-year-old who didn't make a birdie on her back 9. Ji Young ahead at 17. Hit the flagstick on 16. Didn't make birdie, but threw a beautiful shot into the par 5 and would convert the putt to get to 14 under par. You felt that 15 under par was always going to be a comfortable target in the house. Ji Young would need to birdie the last. At 15, Shin-sil would hit the front by herself. A curling birdie putt on one of the hardest holes all week. So Bang Shin-sil move 1 clear at the top. Ji Young, a last throw of the dice perhaps for her. An excellent shot in here, and this one looked good all the way before slowly, agonizingly peeling across the front edge of the cup and low. So 14 under par, the best that Park Ji Young could do. But Bang Shin-sil, with the tournament in her hands, hit possibly her worst tee shot of the week. A snap hook into the trees at the par 5 17th. A lost ball and all kinds of problems for Shin-sil, who left herself this for a bogey, but with the heart of a champion, poured it in with nonchalance to limit the damage to 1 and to stay in a share of the lead. Im Jin-hee would make it 3 at the top. A wedge to here and a putt that finally dropped for Im Jin-hee, who hadn't had a birdie since the 11th hole, birdieing all 4 par 5s in the final round. Shin-sil out of the left rough with a flyer lie. A shot that she will come to rue well over the back of the green. Not where she wanted to be on the closing par 4. A chip to here, and this a must-make to preserve any hope. Unfortunately for Bang Shin-sil, a bogey finish, a closing 68 and a share of 3rd. It very much looked like we were going to a playoff, but Im Jin-hee stepped up and ended this championship in true Im Jin-hee style, as she did at the McCall Mono Park Ladies Open last year. A birdie finish for a 1-shot victory over Park Ji Young, a 3rd KLPGA Tour title for Im Jin-hee.
네, 수고해주신 정영재 사장님 그리고 박지영 선수에게 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 본격적인 시상에 앞서서 우리 NH 투자증권과 2013년부터 무려 9년을 함께한 이승현 선수의 은퇴식을 준비를 했습니다. 자, 우리 NH 투자증권에서 헤드가 순금으로 만들어진 황금 퍼터를 준비했습니다. 퍼팅의 신 이승현 선수와 번치 않는 관계를 의미하기 위해서 무려 순금으로 제작을 했다고 합니다. 퍼터는 현역 시절 직접 주시겠습니다. 그럼 이승현 선수 앞으로 나와주시기 바랍니다. 네, 우리 NH투자증권은 한 번 위험을 맺으면 장기간 계약을 유지하는 스폰서로 아주 유명한데요. 자, 이승현 선수가 통산 7승 중 무려 6승을 우리 NH투자증권 소속으로 했을 만큼 아주 오랜 시간 함께했습니다. 스폰서를 위해 최선을 다한 선수와 그 고마움을 선수의 은퇴식으로 표현하는 아주 멋진 장면이네요. 네, 그럼 선수 가족 그리고 소속 선수들 모두 와서 축하해 주시기 바랍니다. 네, 기념 사진 촬영 진행하겠습니다. 네, 다시 한번 축하드리고요. 시상에 수고해주신 석승한 사업총괄 부사장님 감사드립니다. 자, 드디어 대망의 우승자 시상을 진행하겠습니다. 시상에는 정영재 사장님께서 수고를 해주시겠고요. 자, 우승자에게는 우승 자켓, 그리고 1억 4,400만 원의 상금, 그리고 트로피가 수여가 되겠습니다. 자, 2023년 NH투자증권 레이디스 챔피언십의 최종 우승자는 3라운드 15언더파 총 201타를 기록한 이진희 선수입니다. 네, 먼저 우승자 자켓과 트로피가 수여되겠습니다.
Well, congratulations, Im Jin Hee. What a spectacular way to get your third KLPGA Tour victory. Our winner at the NH Investment and Securities Ladies Championship. What a week it's been from Suwon Country Club here in Yongjin. We'll roll on to the Ladena course next week for the Doosan Match Play Championship, where Hong Jung-min will look to defend her championship she clinched last year. Until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying thank you so much for your company. Have a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching out there, and we'll see you next time on the KLPGA Tour.